Alright, what's going on, guys? So I got like a pretty quick video that I want to make, I guess. It's just about my brief thoughts on Warcraft 3 and just like its situation that's going on with Reforged. And this gameplay, it's really nothing special. This was like one of the early 2v2 games that I played when my Warcraft 3 Classic got updated to Reforged UI and like all like the new Battlenet system and all that stuff. And yeah, the replay system, at least like, you know, currently right now, it's pretty glitchy. Like, it's kind of annoying that like changing the players, it's not really as intuitive. But this was actually like a very old replay before like they did the 1.3 2.1 patch. Like back then I had to like restart my freaking replay to like actually use the arrow keys to move and to use like the like the plus and minus key to like increase the replay speed. But yeah, they finally fixed that. But still though, the game, yeah, let's talk about like Warcraft 3's situation right now. Right now the game is just like, it's playable, it's fun. You know, Warcraft 3 like at its heart is a great game. It's one of my favorite games of all times. I grew up like playing this game a lot, and a lot of RTS games. Like, it's easily my all-time favorite RTS game. I have like so many great memories playing this game when I was a lot younger. And you know, I was just really psyched. I think back in 2018 when there was going to be like a remake of Warcraft 3, and you know, I haven't been this excited for like a Warcraft game for so long, because I never got into World of Warcraft. Like, I did play WoW back in 2004 or whatever when it was released. You know, I didn't really got hooked into the game like my friends did. So yeah, I pretty much just, you know, ignored Warcraft for like the longest time until like, you know, there's actually like the RTS Warcraft, which, you know, in 2018 Reforged was announced. So yeah, I knew eventually I was going to come back to Warcraft 3 because I knew like I have so much like nostalgia for this game. And yeah, when there's like a game that has like so much nostalgic value to me, I end up like going back to it no matter what. You know, whether it's like Duke Nukem 3D, Doom, like I always tend to like go back to like my favorite games that I grew up playing as a kid. And yeah, with Warcraft 3, I did play like, you know, a lot of Classic before the update, and my god, man, Reforged just makes like everything so much worse. Like, I think the new Battlenet system is just kind of finicky to play around. I really think like the interface, the UI just isn't as good as Classic, and it's also missing like a lot of features that that the Classic Battlenet used to have, like stats. What is it? I think, oh wait, yeah, they eventually added like skill-based matchmaking, or MMR. So that's really cool. I've been kind of like playing around with like the whole MMR command system, which, you know, I just learned that out like pretty recently. But yeah, it's still like missing a lot of like the stuff that I liked from Classic. And I definitely am not a fan of like what is it? They decided to make like the random team playlist bundled up with the arranged team playlist. I actually did play some arranged team games, and it seems like in 2s, you do have like a higher chance to go against, you know, people that are in the team, which is good, because that's kind of like, you know, the whole purpose of arranged team. But it is really annoying when you go against like, you know, a bunch of like, what is it, a team full of random players. Like, you generally just stomp on them, and it's just not that fun. So I really hope they kind of like change a lot of like a lot of like how the matchmaking is going on, because I just prefer like Classic. Like Classic, back when I was playing Warcraft 3 like a couple months ago when I returned the game, I heard AT was pretty much like, you know, bugged, so it wouldn't work. So yeah, you know, that kind of sucked that I couldn't play like arranged team with my friends. But at the same time, you know, I do kind of hope everything just goes back to normal. But yeah, let's talk about Reforged. I was hoping Reforged, you know, would kind of like do justice for Warcraft 3, but apparently it didn't. And my god, man, you know, I understand like the whole bombing review is kind of like a sign of protest, because Blizzard definitely lied a lot of like what they promised. And yeah, like, you know, this is just terrible. Like, I was hoping maybe Reforged would do good, and maybe, like, you know, that would tell Blizzard to like actually have an incentive to make like a new Warcraft RTS game, you know, a Warcraft 4 or something, because Blizzard has said like they haven't like completely abandoned the idea of making a new Warcraft RTS game. So, you know, I feel like it's just kind of all about how, you know, things are going to go with Reforged. But apparently, you know, I really think Blizzard is not going to make a new Warcraft game for like the longest time, because yeah, Reforged is not really doing too hot so far with like the public reception. But what else can I talk about? Like, since I kind of had a feeling like Reforged wasn't going to do too great, because like, I'll be honest here, like I'm not really too big on the graphics. Even back when like people were leaking footage of the game, I was never really too like, you know, impressed with the graphics. Like, I just love Warcraft 3 Classics graphics, you know. Like, I think Warcraft 3 still holds up really well, like from a visual standpoint. I think like it's very colorful, lots of detail, and it's just amazing like how this game, you know, just came out in 2003, but it still looks really nice. Like, I can say that the same for like, you know, other Blizzard titles like Diablo 2, the original StarCraft. Like, they're all really old games, and they're not like, you know, modern games in terms of like their graphical fidelity, but they look so great. Like, they still are very like stylish to the eyes, you know. So I always thought it was just kind of like pointless to make a, you know, reimagining of Warcraft 3, especially when I feel like Reforged just kind of looks worse. But at the same time, you know, I was kind of like positive about it, because I knew like this would actually promote Warcraft 3 and promote like Warcraft RTS to a new generation. But unfortunately, I don't really think Blizzard did what they wanted to do with this project. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Honestly, I think that's pretty much all I gotta like, you know, say about my thoughts on Reforged. Right now, like I'm still gonna play Warcraft 3, like, you know, like basically Reforged kind of like, you know, brought my interest back into playing Warcraft 3 again, because to be honest, I think like if Reforged didn't like get announced, I would probably not come back to Warcraft 3. And let me tell you, man, like ever since I came back to Warcraft 3, like just so many great memories. And yeah, I think I'm gonna still like play this game for a while. Like, I'm definitely gonna be playing this game until like Doom Eternal comes out for sure. And yeah, you know, I really don't know like what else to add other than like I do hope like Reforged will get patched and will get like improved upon. But then again, you know, I personally am not a fan of like developers trying to like follow this like type of system. Like, it really sucks when a game is fresh and new and it's just like broken on launch. Like, you should never ever do that as a professional game developer. So I guess I'll just end this video on that note. You know, I hope for the best for people that like, you know, bought Warcraft 3 Reforged, and I hope like Blizzard will probably try to find a way to, you know, keep people interested in trying out, you know, Warcraft 3, because, you know, because like I said, man, I love Warcraft RTS. Like, I really want another RTS game of Warcraft. And I really want, like, you know, another game that is, like, similar to Warcraft 3's gameplay style, because I still think, like, Warcraft 3 is really, like, one of those RTS games that just does a good job at, like, combining, like, you know, RTS, MOBA. Matter of fact, it's pretty much the game that, like, spawned MOBAs and RPG elements all, like, together very, like, flawlessly, which is very good to a point. It just becomes really addictive to play, you know. Okay, I'm gonna end this video with that note.